Hey, it's Darlene, and today I'm working on a 2-page spread. These are lots and lots of photos of our one-day trip to Lake Havasu City in Arizona. Now, if you don't already know, they actually have the London Bridge there in Arizona. So I decided to pull out some red and blue kind of paper and to fit that British flag theme. I did have a couple of stickers that were London-ish, so I wanted to make sure I pulled those out as well. So the basic plan of the layout is pretty simple. Basically, it's a 6 by 12, that striped paper, and then the little strip I'm putting down there is a 1/2 inch by 12, and then you'll see me in a little bit. I have that 4 by 12 piece over to the left, and I'm going to put that down once I put a 4 by 6 picture there, and then I'll know exactly where to put that 4 by 12 strip. So like I said, very, very basic. I kind of wasn't sure what I was going to do, mostly because I didn't have a lot of England, British, whatever, I don't even really know, embellishments, but I wasn't going to let that stop me because I have, stamps. I have, blue and red embellishments. I was just going to figure it out as I went. So what I did first was just lay down the papers. This is the right side. And I followed basically the same thing, that 6 by 12 on the bottom, the 1.5 inch by 12 above that. And then I just laid down a 4 by 4 and then a 4 by 6. Although technically those are two, if you want to say 3 by 4, they're a little smaller. I print those out at my local Walgreens. Basically, I do a collage on a 4 by 6 base, and then you can put as many pictures you want. If you do two, it's it's about wallet size. Obviously, they're a little smaller, but usually I cut them out and make them separate. But because this particular layout or sketch called for a 4 by 6, I just kept it on that panel and left them there. So I know that I'm going to put a what do you call that, page protector, not page, pocket page, that's going to go in between these, and it's going to be a 6 by 12. So that's why you saw me kind of using my hands going up and down. And so the other pictures that I have from this trip are going to go there. Now these two are what I was talking about. I also did a collage on those, but I went ahead and cut those out separately. And the nice thing is that it already has a white border, so I trimmed those down. Wasn't really sure where I was putting things, and you saw me kind of messing around. Decided to put one there on the left-hand side, and later on you'll see me put another one over on the right-hand side. So I used my Cricut to cut out the title. That's the font that I use. I thought that was a really fun font, and I like thicker fonts when I cut them out with the Cricut, especially with paper, so there won't be as much tearing, and it's also a little bit easier to adhere and then put on the page. I did the offset for that, so it had that base, the white base, to go to lay the letters on. So there's that one photo I was talking about. I did put that on the right side as well, so it had the same weight, I guess, if you want to call it that, as that left side. So once I adhered the title, you can see what the 2 pages look like. Now I'm thinking, okay, now I need to embellish this. So I grabbed this random sticker sheet that I found in my stash. I don't even know where, who, what, when. I also found these stamps. So I'm kind of emulating how there's those flags on one of the pictures. And I thought, well, that'll be a little different and fun. So I used just some black ink, the stamps, and I stamped them on white, red, and blue paper, like a bright blue paper. And I don't believe that I show the entire time I'm stamping, but I'll show a little bit right here. So it's always really fun to incorporate things that you have. Like, again, I could have went to the store and bought all kinds of things, but I have enough stuff, and I'm sure you do too. Not to say that I'm not buying things. I mean, that, I'm buying things. But sometimes I really like to be a little bit more creative and trying to come up with something of my own. And it really is fun to do, get those creative gears, turning into your head. So I am fussing around with these flags because I'm determined to use them, and I'm just not even really sure what I'm doing. I do decide that I don't like them facing north and south, I guess, up and down. I like them facing, going west to east or east to west. And again, I'm still kind of fiddling. I know I'm going to put my journaling box over there on that left-hand side, and I'm going to create a cluster over there using those stickers that I showed earlier, also those arrows, and again, just trying to use what I have. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, give me a thumbs up. I do post at least 2 videos a week. One will always be scrapbooking, and the other one is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center. A lot of times that's cards, Cricut projects, playing in my junk journal, just whatever it is I'm doing. So I hope you decide to join me. Please hit that subscribe button if you're interested in any of this. So I decided to look for some washi tape just to add some more color, and lo and behold, I found that washi with the British flag. I couldn't believe it. I've probably had that forever. It probably came in a set or something, because I know I wouldn't have purposely bought it, but talk about perfect. Now I know it's a little bit more, I guess I'm going to use the word dingy, but and everything else is so bright, but it still works perfectly. So I use that as kind of a base for that phone booth. God, I don't know why that fumbled with that. And I am determined to use those stupid little flags, arrows, whatever you want to call it. So after I'm fussing for a little bit, and I thought, I got to put some glue on and just drop it. And wherever, not so much drop it, but you know what I mean. I need to put it down. Otherwise, I would have never found the perfect spot. So I just used some glue, liquid glue, and adhered those down. And I like it. It's fine. It's perfect. I think it works. And now I'm grabbing the right side. And because I had put those arrows on the other side, I kind of want to match what I did just to coordinate the pages. So I grabbed some more of that washi tape, and then you can see me just laying it down there. This time I just tore it with my my fingers, and I'll show you later where I actually use a piece of paper, and you can use a piece of paper or like credit card, whatever, ruler, whatever, if you want a straight edge. But I'll show you that later. But again, here I am just putting those arrows down because I was determined to use those, and I really wanted a theme. I don't know if theme's the right word. Wanted the flow. So I knew if I kept them on, I put them on one side, I had to put them on the other. So these are little gemstones, things like that I pulled that I thought I might use. This little packet right here, again, you just got a ton of stuff. I had a few left in there. And what I ended up doing, I was going to use a speech bubble and stuff, but none of them seemed to really work in the direction I wanted them to be in. So I didn't use the speech bubbles, but if you notice, there were a few pieces that were that, I don't even know what you call that, green. It's definitely not a teal, but, oh, here's what I was talking about. So I wanted a straight edge on that. And so I just grabbed a piece of paper or a photo, that's funny, that just happened to be at my desk. And then if you pull it, that gives that straight edge for the washi. And then I just used scissors to cut in the middle. I could have done one on each side, but whatever, for whatever reason, I thought that worked best. So what I was saying about these little die cut pieces. So like I said, it's that green, aqua, whatever color we're going to call it. The pattern paper that I use has that color in there, so I thought it still coordinated. And then the sticker that I used up in that one little cluster was just another one from that sticker sheet. I wish I had a third one. I kind of debate whether or not to use, there was a double decker bus, but I decided against it because it really didn't have anything to do with what we were doing there. But as I'm adhering this little piece down, if you notice the first one, I can't even remember what the saying was, but it had something on it. And I didn't realize if you turned it over, it was blank. So I like that better because I thought I can use that a little bit better with journaling. So that's why you see that. And then the other two that are, in a sense, they are speech bubbles because they have a little triangle on the bottom. I put those in the other, what I'm calling the main clusters. So I have a little bit of that aqua, with all three of my clusters. I use some gemstones, and I just put one in each one red, one white, one blue. I'm using a white pen to just draw lines on all of the letters on the left-hand side. Not sure why, just add some interest. And I really like the way that looked, though. So because it says London Bridge, I wanted to put in the middle of there, or I shouldn't say wanted, I did. I put, Lake Havasu City in Arizona. So nobody will be confused that we didn't end up going to London. It was actually right here in the United States. And I think that's so cool. We did a lot of road tripping and stuff during the pandemic because we weren't going on planes or really doing anything local because everything was closed. But on our way to Tucson, we took a different route and stopped there. And I was really happy with that because there's so much to see, and you don't normally take advantage of all those beautiful sites that are so close to us. But anyhow, I use a white pen to do some borders around the lines around the borders. So if you can't tell, those stickers are 3-dimensional, and which is fine for the one with the camera and all that stuff. but I decided on the one on the left, the phone booth, to remove one of the layers of foam tape because it was just too much. And you'll see me do that in a little bit. Drew some lines for the journaling spot. I don't think I show you when I journal or what I journal, but I hope you like this. And if you do, like I said, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Well, here I am right now pulling it apart. And all I kept doing is like breathing, thinking, please don't rip, please don't rip. But it was actually pretty good quality, pretty thick. So it didn't rip when I pulled it apart. And then the foam just peeled off so easily. So I just used regular glue, like I said, to flatten it back down. But there you go. I hope you like it. Bye.